Hello, this is Cho of the Shiny Colors Discord. Welcome to another episode of the Shiny Review. Today we have two cards that we're going to be talking about. A new produced SSR for May and support SR for Asahi. Hey, just jumping in here for a second. So I, in the middle of editing this, got dropped with the bombshell of two separate banner reruns for Tenka and Amana. We'll be doing the Tenka video soon. We don't need to do the Amana one since we already have a video for that. I'll have it linked above. But yeah, that's why this video is going to look really short. Anyway, keep in mind that May's banner is permanent, but she does have a current bonus incentive, which is that the first copy of May you pull will automatically be at 2 stars, which is a great way to speed up the process of getting her maxed out. Starting things off, we have May. First off, I'm glad that May's Fest animation is incredibly cool. It's a very powerful follow-up to Asahi 4. Mechanically, May 4 has taken a lot of useful traits from recent permanent SSRs, including unlocking the second appeal at 3 stars instead of 4 stars. Her passive and appeal setup are practically identical to Fuyuko 3, with minor differences outside of being dance visual instead of vocal visual. May 4 does solve a few of the hang-ups I had with Fuyu 3 a while back, mostly being that her buff duration is a bit longer, as a trade-off of being weaker, as well as her link appeals being a bit more useful to the Stray Light game plan. While May doesn't fit in the most currently powerful Stray Light setup, Vocal, she might end up being particularly useful for dance and visual Stray Light with 1 to 2 more pieces of support. Her roles are buffer, attacker, as well as buff removal, and I slightly recommend pulling for May. Her banner in general is pretty good, but once the banner is over, she's going to be kinda normal. She has a permanent card of course, so you may find her in SSR tickets or in the reroll banner in the future. If you haven't rerolled yet. May's initial skill is a Dance 3.0 appeal that raises your dance by 20% for 3 turns, and your vocal, dance, and visual by 5% for 4 turns. This links into a dance visual 50% buff for 4 turns. Her 3-star skill, or maxed out, however you want to look at it, is a visual 4.0 appeal that raises your visual by 40% for 3 turns, and your vocal, dance, and visual by 10% for 4 turns, and links into the same dance and visual 50% buff for 4 turns. May's 1-star passive is a dance visual 30% up that requires at least 3 or more active dance buffs. This has a 20% chance to activate 3 times. Her 2-star passive is a dance visual 50% up that requires 3 or more active visual buffs. This has a 20% chance to activate 3 times. She also unlocks a dance 40% up passive at 2 stars that requires your mental to be 74% or lower. This has a 20% chance to activate twice. Her 3-star uncap is a dance visual plus 100, and her 4-star uncap is a visual plus 150. Her memory appeal once maxed out is a dance visual 50% up for 5 turns, and links into a dance 0.5 to 2.5 appeal, removing all dance buffs, and a visual 0.5 to 2.5 appeal that removes all visual buffs. Remember, this means that you need a maximum of 4 dance and 4 visual buffs in order to max out the damage at a dance 2.5 and visual 2.5, so make sure to stack up those buffs as you can. For the support recommendations, Asahi and Fuyuko have great dance options if you decide to take that route. Illumine are great options in Grad due to their innate synergy and help both sides of May's build. Mamimi is still a good option for dance-focused builds thanks to her passives. For the alternatives, Kiriko is a lot stronger option in terms of damage than Mamimi, but depending on your mental build, Mamimi will be easier to use. Permanent Asahi is great for dance builds, while you can swap to permanent Fuyuko on visual builds as well as better use of SP generation. As for the team recommendations, for May, Dance Stray Light might be the best bet despite May's 4-star qualities. Her ability to buff up Fuyuko to capitalize on her appeals and memory appeal definitely has opportunities. Dance-produced cards have a lot of room for flexibility, so mix and match how you see fit. Visual Stray Light might be a little bit weaker due to the lack of a lot of visual support in general for Stray Light. This build focuses on simply building up Asahi's damage over Fuyuko's in the dance build, so take your pick carefully in accordance to your box. May overall earns an A as both a center and a unit. Much like before, the biggest issue here is depending on the link appeal primarily for your damage, so this can be trickier to deal with in lower grades, on the account of judges exploding much faster. Dance and visual is a good combination for Stray Light supports, but isn't as punchy as May 3 or Asahi 4 thanks to single stat benefits. And again, as a unit, she gets an A. May is honestly pretty good. They took one of the primary issues of Fuyuko 3 and improved upon it by increasing the uptime of her active buffs. You can rotate the appeal so you can go Asahi to Fuyuko, or Fuyuko to Asahi, then double May, and your memory appeal is maxed out for turn 5, or even faster if Asahi or Fuyuko can apply active buffs as well. Her passives are still good, just not groundbreaking. She's very useful for visual or dance straight light, I believe. And now we have Asahi. Continuing the same design philosophy as previous event SRs, we have our latest Asahi. She is a visual SR with the same decent masteries and somewhat lackluster passives. She doesn't have a whole lot that helps her stand out, but she's a visual Asahi support, which is rare. Her support skills are Idol's Bond, Promise Recovery, Rest Boost, and Stamina support, and her unique support skill is Visual Mastery Visual, reaching +5 at level 65. Her TFD idea is Dance, her Insight Token for Grad is Dance, and her proficiency in Landing Point is Dance. Asahi's 1-star passive is a visual 12% up that requires you to be in the visual position. This has a 30% chance to activate once. Her 2-star passive is a visual 20% up that requires your star count to be 3 or higher. This has a 30% chance to activate once. Her 3-star uncap is a visual +50, and her 4-star appeal is a visual 2.5 that raises your visual by 7% for 5 turns and 3% for 10 turns. Her event passive is a visual 8% up that requires Asahi on your team, and it has a 30% chance to activate twice. Asahi earns a C+. Asahi is fine, I guess. As we look at her history, Asahi does not actually have that many supports that deviate away from Dance at the moment, so having a visual support is appreciated, even if the card itself is not very strong. The 4-star appeal is almost on par with old gacha SRs, so we're making progress in that sense. You might as well farm for Asahi while she's here. And that will do it for this video today. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Next time, we already know what we're talking about. Takayama and the crew over at Shiny decided to bring us 2 banners to come back. We've already talked about Amana in the past, so we'll be talking about Tenka and her banner as well. So look forward to that when it drops. Till next time, I've been Cho. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.